want to have a little bit of conversation. I'm going to stick this in the front of the video before I get started. So, I just want to say one thing. First of all, this is a reminder. I am not a Shadow Priest expert, and I am not here to give you advice on how to play Shadow. All I'm doing is sharing my experience with trying to see how Shadow is going to perform in Shadowlands, because I may want to play it. So, that being said, I also want to comment that for those of you who really seem to hate my disc video, leave me some feedback on that, because I'll be honest, a dislike, oh, I've been disconnected. A dislike with no feedback does not help me at all. I would like your feedback on that, because I feel like I'm pretty proficient at disc, and most of my advice from that is from experience. So, that being said, let's go on and get on to this video. Now we're just kind of breeze through the early parts of the Shadow. What I did do is I came to a point where it was actually bugged, where any spell I cast burned all of my mana immediately, and so I had to walk away. And that was fixed later that night. I just didn't have time to circle back around and play then. So we're going to go ahead and do the gameplay part of this. We're going to go through rotation, and this is me learning the rotation. Like I said, I'm not a Shadow player. I'd like to be, but so this is me learning the rotation, and then getting out in the world and seeing how I feel about it, and maybe making the move to Shadow. So let's go ahead and enter the game if we can. As you see, we are disconnected. All right. So, we are in the zone. Our talents have been reset. And we got our achievements automatically handed to us. And we have our what's his name here, who's going to give us our starting quest to go pick our covenants. But let's take a look first at the talents for Shadow. And I'm assuming I have Shadow, yes. So first of all, they started us at level 60, so we have everything we need here. Let's go ahead and go through the talents and pick the ones that we think are best. Now, I'm looking at Wowhead right now and taking their single target recommendations, because I don't really know any better. So let's take a look at what we've got. Fortress of the Mind, Mind Flay and Mind Blast deal 10% more damage and generate 20% more insanity. Okay, well, insanity is that's our currency. We need to build that up, and we're building it up as we stand here. But we need to build that up so that we can trigger some of our spells. So, generating insanity is good. Doing more damage is good. Death and Madness. If a target dies within 7 seconds after being struck with your shadow word death, you gain 40 insanity over 4 seconds. That seems, especially in a raid setting, unless you have lots of ads, that's not going to be very helpful. Unfurling Darkness. After casting Vampiric Touch on a target, your next Vampiric Touch is instant cast and deals shadow damage immediately. Cannot occur more than once every 15 seconds. It's probably not a bad thing, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with the generation and damage. Seems like that was a good recommendation. Now, we do have shields. We can shield. Body and Soul. I'm assuming these are movement. Body and Soul. Sand Lane. Reduces the cooldown of Vampiric Embrace by 45 seconds. Increases its healing done by 25. Well, I don't know what Vampiric Embrace does, so let's take a look. Fills you with the Embrace of Shadow. There's a 2-minute cooldown, so that would make it a 1:15 cooldown. Heal a nearby ally. I don't want to heal a nearby ally. Intangibility, Dispersion heals for 50%. Well, Dispersion, There's a use for it, but not very often in the real world. So let's go with Body and Soul, as recommended. So they're recommending Twist of Fate. After damaging a target below 35%, you gain 10% increased damage and healing. That's always a good thing. Vampiric Touch also applies Shadow Word Pain, so that means I would only have to apply one of these. Now that's a 1.4 second cast. Shadow Word Pain is instant, so do I want to wait 1.4 seconds every time I cast that? I don't think so. Searing Nightmare requires Shadow Form, instantly deals shadow damage, and afflicts him with Shadow Word Pain. Let's stick with what they're recommending. The next one, Last Word, reduces cooldown of Silence. That's probably, well, Silence you could probably use in various circumstances within a raid. Mind Bomb inflicts the target with a Mind Bomb after 2 seconds, or if the target dies, it unleashes a psychic explosion, disorienting all the enemies. So that's possibly a PvP thing. This would be more useful in PvP. Psychic Horror. This causes folks you Psychic Scream to stand in place. Why not? This seems like a wasted tier. Tier 40, Auspicious Spirits. Your shadow apparitions now deal 15% increased damage and generate 2 insanity. Anytime you're generating insanity and increasing your damage, that's a good thing. Mind Blast deals 50% of its damage to all other targets. That's an AoE, assuming they have Vampiric Touch on them. Shadow Crash. Hurl a bolt of slow-moving shadow energy at the destination, dealing shadow damage in an AoE area. Nah, we're looking at single target here for the most part. Alright, next. Damnation. Instantly afflicts the target with Shadow Word Pain, Vampiric Touch, and Devouring Plague. 45-second cooldown, so use that on one target. Mindbender provides damage, generates 5 insanity. Generating insanity is good. Channel a torrent of void energy into the target. Well, it's a channel damage spell. We should already have one of those with Mind Seer. I don't know why we would have 2 different ones. So let's go with the Mindbender. And the 50 tier, Ancient Madness. Void Form increases your critical strike chance by 30%. And it goes down over time. Hungering Void. A Void Bolt causes the target to become vulnerable to the Void, increasing their damage taken from you by 10%. Only be active on one target at a time. Casting Void Bolt on an enemy already vulnerable extends the duration. Surrender to Madness deals 1293 shadow damage. For the next 25 seconds, your insanity generating abilities generate 100% more insanity, and you can cast while moving. 1.5 minute cooldown. Hungering Void is passive. Let's go with the passive one for now. So we're basically going with what they recommended for the single target mode. We'll just stick with that for now. We'll look at our spells when we go to test out our rotation. We've got the guy who's giving us our initial spell. So let's talk to him. I think he's the Arbiter. Speak to the Covenants. Decide how your paths is intertwined with the purpose. Alright, so we picked the Kyrian. We picked the Kyrian for our Disc Priest. So let's take a look at what's recommended, and then we'll go around and look at the various minutes. Alright, let's go start looking. This is the Kyrian.
By the Archon's grace.
Alright, so these are the same abilities as we saw with the disc. Same gear. Definitely not shadow looking gear. I don't think this is going to be the one I want.
Stay true to our eternal
but I think I'll show them to you anyway. I think that was my intent, not to necessarily pick.
Wish to be of service.
So what they are for the Kyrian is Boon of the Ascended and Summon Steward. So you can call up, phone a friend here, call them up, make them come to you. Draw the power of the Ascended for 10 seconds, grants you Ascended Nova and Ascended Blast. Also increases your speed by 50%.
Wisdom guide your path.
The next one here is that this is the Fae, Night Fae from Ardenweald.
Use a little help, huh?
And so, Fae Guardians. Call forth 3 Fairy Guardians to attend your targets. Direct attacks against the target. Restore 0.5% mana or 3 Insanity. Follows your Shadow Word Pain. And you can turn into a Vulpin teleporting. I'm sorry, doesn't seem right for me.
Always a pleasure.
Alright, this is going to be Maldraxxus, General Draven.
Hope is not a requirement for duty.
Venthyr. Oh, Venthyr is Revendreth. Sorry about that. The green threw me off. I guess they're green over there too. This is General Draven from Revendreth. So, I mentioned yesterday I love this gear. Totally love it. So what are our abilities here? Seem to have
Revendreth must endure.
a UI bug here. See if I can reload and make that go away. Yep, okay.
What is our next target?
Alright, so assault an enemy's mind, dealing 3,000 shadow damage and briefly reversing their perception of reality. The next 4,500 damage they deal will heal their target. So basically it turns their damage into heal, does them damage. It's dope. Went through the shadows, appearing at the targeted location. So basically this is a 1 minute cooldown. This is basically a blink for priests. Soulbinds, these are our followers. And the Sanctum feature, rebuild Prince Renathal's influence among the most. So basically you're holding a party for him with this. This is what the mount looks like with them, which is looks like a rhino. Alright, let's look at Maldraxxus really quickly and we'll finish up this quest. And then we'll decide what we're going to pick.
Something to report?
Necro Lords. Kind of like this gear, but not for Shadow. I don't know. An explosion of dark energy inflicts enemies within 15 yards with unholy transfusion and heals up to 6 allies. Unholy transfusion does damage over time. Fleshcraft. Form a shield of flesh and bone over 4 seconds that absorbs damage equal to 20% of your max health. That's kind of cool, but I just don't see it for Shadow Priest. Sadly, I think I'm going to have to do the Revendreth folks, and that means we're going to have to do the party planning stuff, which I'm not too keen on. Have I made my decision? So you make your decision through the Covenant map. Choose your Covenant. So you click on it, gives you the folks, and you can again, I believe, look at the, you can look at the stuff again. I'm going to go with the Venthyr. What the hell, it's only beta. I don't have to be too accurate. So we joined the Covenant of Venthyr. One of the things I didn't realize yesterday, but it immediately gives us renown. These are the levels we gain within the Covenant that gives us special abilities within that Covenant. And they give us up to level 40 in beta to test with. So I'm now renowned 40 with them. And those are all various things. We can't see what those are from here. We have to go to their zone and talk to the people. But anyway, so let's go ahead and
I speak for the one who is silent.
Complete the quest.
Blessed be the
Report to
voice.
General Draven. A wise choice. Report to Prince Renathal in Sinfall.
We must give those who still follow
I'm gonna drink
a better option.
and demonstrate the see this, watch how it increases in speed. So it started out slow and then it moved up very quickly. My mana generation in general was slow as hell. Okay, so I'm full on mana. Oh my god. That's a bug. All I did was do Power Word Fort. I need to report that. All I did was I did Power Word Fortitude and it used up all of my mana. Alright, hang on. Let me drink again. Alright, watch this. They've got to know about this. I'm going to report it anyway. Okay, I'm at 50,000 mana. I'm going to do a Power Word Fort on myself. Boom. 50k. I wonder if that's for all my spells. Let's fill up again and let's look. That's going to suck because that's unplayable. You know, if I'm trying to cast mana based spells and it uses all of my mana for one spell, it's unusable. Let's try Power Word Shield. This is broken. This is totally broken. I can't test this. I'll have to stop this. Let me We've done our duty reporting bugs, but if this is the case, let's see if it follows me to out into the world. Full. Did it fill up when I went through that portal? It shouldn't have filled up. Let's see. Yeah, it says not enough mana. Totally crushed that. Alright. Thank you.
The eternal city.
So we are going to fly to Sanctuary of the Mad. Alright, there we go. Sanctuary of the Mad. There should have been some sort of indicator there. If you look up here, I've got a link to that does a flyover of all the zones. If you want to go check that out, gives you a nice aerial view. It's not very smooth as far as the camera work goes, but if you look around here, you've got the maw down there and the conduits to the other zones. This is taking us to Revendreth. But you can look at that and see the an overflight of the other zones. This is cool. It's like a ghostly mana worm. Or a conduit stream that's been captured and molded into that shape. the Sanctuary of the Mad. Enter Sinfall through the mirror. What mirror? Ah. Okay, there's an elevator. Elevator boss. I was fortunate to be able to get up on it. Revendreth. What is it? Oh, that's the that's cool. That's the chains for the elevator. Very nice. All right, so this is the heads-up display that WoW is now providing with information. It's 124 yards in that direction. I want to. That would have been nice to have made that a little more obvious that there are stairs here. Discovered Sinfall, and there's the mirror. Prince Renethil.
Hello.
Hello. Partnerships such as ours will be key to Revendreth's revival. Stand before the court of harvesters and pledge your loyalty. We'll get Door of Shadows for that.
You may question why we are willing to impart our power unto a mortal, though you are no ordinary mortal, are you?
Oh, he's walking.
No. You can breach the boundaries of the Maw with ease. Something that even the oldest Venthyr are unable to do. That ability alone would make you perfect for my plan. But there is so much more to you, isn't there?
Oh, yes.
It will never be enough to simply defeat Denathrius. We must also break his hold on Revendreth. His grasp on this realm comes from the medallions he created, each containing a fraction of his power, given to subordinates that would obey without question. We must secure these medallions, and with them usher in a new era that would see Revendreth return to its true purpose.
I distinctly remember hearing of such a plan many years ago, Renethal, before the Master's true intentions were known.
So we have to give her an oath. Now, look, there's a legendary dude over here. Okay, this is renowned stuff. Sinfall veteran. PvP. Alright, PvP stuff. And there's a green. Let's get our flight path. The flight paths in here are these little gargoyles. Okay. So let's go and swear our allegiance to... Oh, I wanted to check and see if all of our mana went away here as well. Yep. Wow.
I was fine before the war. Now everything's fuzzy. Your loyalty has been observed and acknowledged. Stand as one of us. No forgiveness without atonement. Have you come to confess?
You have to be standing in the red circle.
I accept your pledge as honest and true. You may rise.
Come forth, catalyst of change. Meet us within the chambers below to begin.
First of all, I want to do something here. I want to turn on auto loot, and I want to give myself all my action bars, because they're going to give us some skills here, and I don't want to have to go find them.
Welcome, my fellow doomed friend. There is a simplicity in inevitability.
The ritual will bestow upon you our gift. Participate in the Harvester's ritual.
Please take your place when you are ready to begin. You stand before the court of harvesters, willing and able to accept our gift. Help us return Revendreth to its true purpose. Help us rid this realm of a tyrant whose actions threaten all of reality. This gift of power will be yours so long as you remain loyal to our cause. And what can this humble fallen prince do for you today?
Alright, speak with Rahel. We'll get to pick one of these upgrades. So basically I'll take the staff and we'll upgrade that. As you aid the court in your travels, your connections to us will grow stronger. In time you will be able to reap the benefits of your growing renown. Well, we already have 40 renown. We're maxed out, so. Look at this guy. He's riding with using no hands. Alright, so let's go. Can I mount here? No. Guess we have to go back through the mirror. Use the Sinfall mirror to teleport to the Sanctum's upper level. Speak to Rathel. He is the keeper of renown. Building your renown. Alright, we'll pick the staff. Examine your renown with Sinfall. So, show me my renown. And you'll see it's going to give us all of our renown here. Each one of these is a buff. And also opens. Alright, so that took us all the way to 40. Earns us the title of Count. After talking to this guy, the target dummies. Speak with Rendell. He'll open up the world quests, I think. I don't feel like I got my... There we go. They didn't put them on the bar because my bar's already full. So Dora's Shadows, we're going to try that in a minute. Mind Games, we'll try that at some point. How far? Pretty good distance. And that is a 1 minute cooldown. If I can figure out how to get out of here. Well, alright, there's a targeting dummy. That's fine. Tanking dummy. that suggests I want to hit a tanking dummy. Here we go, target dummies. Dungeoneer's training dummy. Alright, let's watch our mana. I'm going to just do a Shadow Word Pain. Shadow Word Pain ate all my mana. So I'm going to have to stop this video right now because I can't do my I can't do any spells or learn my rotation because of the fact that there's that bug. So we'll go away and we'll come back when that's fixed and finish this video. But right now we're kind of stuck. So there you go. So far, that's what we have for Shadow. We'll see you back here. For you, it'll just be a second. For me, who knows how long it'll be. All right, bye. Oh. Got my 16th anniversary stuff. Okay, here we are at the target dummies. So we've got a Dungeoneer dummy. We've got a Raiders training dummy. One of the things I want to point out is if you look up here, this is a chart of the raid DPS in beta right now. If you see, I think Shadow Priest is ranked 3rd, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, this is AoE target dummies. It's nice that they have that because there is some there's some AoE testing I want to do. Alright, so what I want to do now is I want to pull up my rotation so I can make sure I have my buttons in the order I like them in. And we will go ahead and start some damage tests and then we'll go out into the world. Alright, so a couple of things I want to point out. We did select the Van Thier Covenant, so we have the Mind Games ability. Assault an enemy's mind, dealing shadow damage and briefly reversing their perception of reality. So when they're attacking you, they're actually healing you. And also Door of Shadows, which is a cool, kind of a cool, almost like a blink, right? The cooldown on that is 1 minute. All right, so I'm just going to read through what the recommended rotation is. First of all, you want to be in shadow form. That's sort of a given. And the second thing you want to do is cast Vampiric Touch. Now, Vampiric Touch has a dot, but it also has a cast time, so that's why you want to cast it first, and then follow that up with a Shadow Word Pain, and then you'll have your dots on you. After that, if you have at least 40 insanity, you want to go ahead and pop your Void Eruption, and a Void Bolt if you are under 85 insanity. Start Devouring Plague, get that dot on people, and you want to keep, if you're going to cap your insanity, keep applying Devouring Plague. The nice thing about what they've done is they will add the damage onto the current Devouring Plague dot, so you're not wasting dots or mana by reapplying that. Do a Void Bolt and a Shadow Word Death if it's not, if they're below 20% health and you don't think it's going to kill you. Drop your Mindbender, and then reapply your dots. So let's go ahead and just start with that as our rotation. So we're going to do Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain. I am under 40 insanity, so I will not do my Void Touch. I also don't have enough to do Devouring Plague, so I'm going to go ahead and do a Mind Blast. There's a cast time for that. Let's go ahead and do that, and a Mind Flay maybe. Okay, now I'm building insanity at this point. Now I have 40 insanity, so let's go ahead and do a Void Eruption. And I'm going to do a Void Bolt. I'm going to reapply my Vampiric Touch and my Shadow Word Pain, and do another Mind Blast. Now I have Devouring Plague. I want to get that on them. Drop my Mindbender and a Void Bolt, and just kind of keep my rotation here going. Keep the Devouring Plague on them. So I've got all my dots going, and when they get below a certain point, do your Shadow Word Death. So that's kind of my rotation. Now, Mind Seer, we don't want to do unless we're doing multi-target, because that's kind of a waste. So also Vampiric Embrace, that's a heal. Vampiric Embrace is a heal sort of spell. Don't forget you've also got power infusion for those moments when you need to go ahead and you know, really bump up your haste. So let's go ahead and try this rotation for multi-target. If we have at least 40 insanity, we're going to go ahead and do Void Eruption, but we're waiting on cooldown for that. So let's wait for that cooldown to finish. Yeah, and so it's saying use Mind Flay as your filler for whenever you're... And that's what we did. So let's go ahead and look at the multi-target rotation again. So it says if you're over 40... Oops, I'm not over 40 insanity anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway. It says if you're over 40, do Avoid Interruption. Insanity Spreaders. It says do a Devouring Plague, but I don't have a Devouring Plague, so I'm going to, I guess, put Shadowward Pain on a bunch of dudes. Do have Devouring Plague now, and then filler is Mind Seer. And yeah, that seems fairly underwhelming. Because it seems like I'm doing a lot of damage to one thing. Except for I guess I'm tab targeting and getting Shadowward Pain on the others. And Devouring Plague. And then Mind Seer. I mean, it seems like I'm doing pretty good damage there. I know this seems like I'm totally making this up as I go along, and I kind of am. Yeah. So, I will say, just doing damage on the targeting dummies doesn't give me much of a feeling for what I'm doing. I can pass the rotation, but I don't have a feel for how quickly that's doing any damage or anything. So I want to go out into the world now. So I have, okay, I've got some world quests now. So let's go out into the world and do some questing.
My master did say to serve everyone.
You give your time.
Alright, so basically we're filling up a bar here, so let's go do that. Alright. So let's go down here and start killing things and see how we feel about this. There's something to kill. That's a rare. 176. I don't think I want any part of him right now. I kind of do. I don't think I can kill him by myself though. Just not just now. So we'll let other folks handle him. Alright, so what is mirror secured?
Enemies approach. Man the mirrors. Those that try to breach our walls will be met with light.
A little Shadow Men. Took quite a bit of damage. I want to practice also remembering to shield myself, so let's go ahead and pop a shield. Vampiric Touch. Doing pretty good on... He died pretty quickly, it seems like.
Going to war.
Nightshade. I would guess that is a perfectly understandable herb that will be available. I'm supposed to be securing the mirror. I don't see the mirror. Is it on top? It's on top. Okay. So killing that second guy felt pretty good. Ooh, holy shit. This is kind of cool, but I have to say, I find this incredibly amusing.
Sinfall will remain safe thanks to your efforts.
I didn't do anything but push a couple of buttons. Alright, let's try to find something that's a little more, I don't want to just hear a story. Okay, so let's, I guess, this is killing stuff, so let's go down here. We want to go to Wayne Crypt Hill. Alright, Wayne Crypt Hill.
Why would anyone walk anywhere? Remember,
I don't know. Especially when it's as broken up. What? Alright, I'm gonna have to kill that because... Ooh. Venthyr campaign. Sinfall. The threat to the Shadowlands is all of reality will require the loyalty of his death. That you have been bound your service to Prince Renathal and his new court of harvesters to help them turn the tides of this conflict, restore the anima that was stolen to the realms it belongs to. Well, he stole it, so complete 3 world quests. Let's go ahead and do that. I think the next thing we wanted to do was 12 Dread Hollow threats, 8 souls liberated. Let's do that. So creepy looking.
The Fearstalkers' Hopebreakers left these souls to rot. Please remedy this plight.
Alright, I will. So I need to save souls. There's my alliance dudes. Yeah. There's a soul snare. I guess we click on these to free the souls. Oh, and he attacked me. Let's go ahead and do a shield while we ramp up our stuff here. We're gonna heal ourselves, so uses up mana pretty quickly. So healing and shielding for Shadow uses mana very quickly. Hold on, let's go ahead and give him a try, see what happens. Felt kind of good. Don't know why I didn't get credit for that. Do I need to stand in that blood or something? Yeah, he spotted me. I'm gonna go ahead and kill him. See how this feels with a little bit of power infusion. Pretty good. What's my cooldown on power infusion? 2 minutes? Doesn't suck. So I think I would just need to work up a good feel for my rotations. What I'm probably going to do is go back onto my main and do some of the Shadowlands pre-patch event stuff. Killing rares and stuff, trying to feel what my raid type rotation would be. Alright, so let us just finish up our world quest.
My master did say to serve everyone.
And go turn this in and see what our rewards are. for the world quest, and then we'll probably call it. Like I said, this was not meant to be a tutorial. I'm trying to figure this out for myself, and if it's too basic for you, and you know, I hope you don't feel like you're wasted your time. But for those of you who are interested in seeing what Shadow looks like and how it's going to look at Shadowlands, I guess this is a pretty okay representation. Oh, I could have done I need to move this over on my toolbar so it's something, I'll put it right there, so it's something that I use more often. So let's do that. It's mind games. Alright. We're going right there. The ground looks amazing, and the little branches. This whole zone looks pretty cool. The desiccation.
Come, join us, my dear friend. You have arrived just in time for tea.
Living Shadows tea. Do I want some of that? What did I get from that? Living Shadows tea. Holy damage taken reduced by 50%. Shadow damage done increased by 20. Thank you.
Insanity is no excuse for bad
Alright,
manners.
so we'll listen to his tale here. Oh shit. It's an interactive tale. So what do we have? Bolt of Madness. Duke's Descent. Stun Inflict. Spot of Tea. Take a break from the action to restore health. Raise Parasol. Protect yourself from the light. What is it I'm trying to do? One stolen parasol recovered.
Will meet your true death.
Unbearable!
This cannot be the end.
Curse the light! The darkness has...
Alright, what's left? Parasol, Stealing, Venthyr, Slain.
A moment's relief. Thank you.
Alright, this guy here.
Not enough shade for the both of us. Thank you.
Get to the tea party.
You will meet your true death.
A moment's relief. Thank you.
It is too late to flee now.
I will be avenged!
A moment's relief. Thank you.
Alright, and that is that.
Wonderful. You may join us for tea time anytime.
Alright. So that is that. Now we can get back to Sinfall and turn in our world quest. There we go. Alright, well, we won't be confused about this place very long once we get used to it. Alright, what are we going to get?
Always getting bigger.
Tribute of the Court.
Heroes. Well, ain't no bad day's work.
Gleaming, ooh, holy crap. Gleaming replica of Partanis, 1400 gold. Jesus. Soul Drinker's Chris, 171. I will take that. Oh. For the staff, I think. I don't really have an offhand. Collected Tithe. Infuse 250 stored anima into your Covenant reservoir. Soul of the Darkhound, 433 gold. Holy crap. Well, I just got a massive upgrade to my weapon, so that's interesting. I want to go out and try a little more killing then, now that I have that, and see how I feel about it now. Because my weapon upgrade just went up about, well, I don't know, from 85 to 171. That's huge. Alright, let's just go down and really quickly kill something and see how much of an impact that almost more than doubling of the item level of our staff gives us. A good jump. Alright, is that something to kill? A swarm. Let's find something substantial. Alright, how about that? I guess another swarm. Let's go ahead and kill it and see how that feels. Alright, that was like nothing. Definitely the better weapon is serving us. Me likey. Kill one more thing and let's call it. And then I'm going to go play Shadow on my main in pre-patch for a bit. And get used to the rotation, because I'm really strongly leaning towards Shadow right now. Certainly not used to killing stuff like that on disc. That is for sure. Okay. Well, there you have it. I think that's it for me for Shadow in the beta. So I'm going to go ahead and put this video together. But I think I'm going to play Shadow. I think that's where I'm going. So let's... I guess I'll see you here in a couple of weeks in... for the expansion. I think I'll be live streaming some of that, at least the first day anyway, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, well, let me get out of here and go play, because I'm super excited, and maybe that's what I needed, you know, is something new in the game, and maybe playing Shadow was it. So at this point I'm going to go ahead and go, and I guess we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Alright, thanks for stopping by.